Good evening, parents. My name is Joseph Demers, and I am one of three science here. I do have two sections. So basically, I'm going to present a PowerPoint to show you some of the things we'll be covering. I will give you information on how to get a hold of me as well. So just give me 1 second, and I'm going to present my screen to you so that you can see this. Physical science, right? Sorry about that. Physical science. There we go. So let me just present it. Here, my email address is there. It is jdemers@yaleschoolnj.com. At this time, homework is going to be determined at a later date. Um, Basically, with us being hybrid, um, there are just other things that need to be put in place before homework would be considered. Um, Eventually, homework will be given, and parents will be notified when that will happen. Also, midterms and final exams will take place. There are times at the end of each the second marking period and the fourth marking period where students will be able to study and they'll be able to take the exams. So I will make sure that every student has a study guide. We will go over it extensively for each exam. The midterm and the final exam are cumulative, meaning that they will be covering what they covered each of those 2 semesters. So the midterm would cover first and second marking period, and then third and fourth will be covered in the final exam. Some of the topics that we're covering are the nature of science. That would include scientific method, measurement, and graphing. We also cover motion and forces, which is velocity, acceleration, and of course, Newton's laws. Work and energy, simple and complex machines, energy transfer, electricity and magnetism, uh, electric charges, currents, and circuits. We also cover waves, different types of waves, properties and behaviors. We cover electromagnetism, which is the electromagnetic spectrum, and the radio waves. Light and color, mirrors, lenses, optical instruments. Uh, so those are just some of those topics that will become, those are the main topics that we'll be covering. I would also check for the parent portal for homework and current topics. Once we do have homework, you will see that there. Also, tests are announced 3 days in advance, and we always give a study guide. Now, quizzes are at the discretion of the teacher. They can give a study guide. They could do a pop quiz. I prefer to give a review sheet the day before. We play a Kahoot or some kind of game, and then we take the quiz the next day. But for those tests, they will be notified 3 days in advance with the study guide. Okay. So I do not have anything further. This is the book we're using. We're using the Glencoe Physical Science book. I use it supplemental. I do have a lot of material for the students, whether it's virtual field trips or things of that nature. So if you have any questions, you can always reach me. Again, my email would be jdemers@yaleschoolnj.com. All right, folks, that's all I have for you today. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. I do look forward to working with all of your students this year, all the students this year, and I'm very excited. They've been doing great work so far, so I'm really excited. Have a wonderful evening.